Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Blast from the Past. We're here with another G.I.Joe classified figure. This is the Scarlett figure. She is number 5 in the line, part of the first wave. And like the Duke figure I did last week, Scarlett has a variant. This is the variant right here. The original one has lighter colors, plus she had a lot of freckles and stuff on her face that made her look really young. Like she literally went to work for G.I.Joe after high school ended. She got out of school for the day. She would say, "Mom, Dad, I'm going to go do missions for G.I.Joe now." But they did a better job with the variant, making her look, more age appropriate. There also is a version of Scarlett that was released and to tie into the Snake Eyes Origins G.I. Joe movie that has a face sculpt based on Samara Weaving, the actress who played Scarlett in the movie. And that figure's not that bad, actually. I almost got that one, but this one was a little bit cheaper at the time, so I went with the cheaper option. Like the Duke figure, they're releasing a retro version that's going to be more in tune with the cartoon and original figure. No idea when that's going to be released yet. It's just been announced. We've seen digital renders they released at PulseCon earlier this month, but pre-orders should be maybe when they do their 10/27 event in October. They might have pre-orders that go up for Retro Duke and Scarlett, but I would bet that it's not going to be then. It's probably going to be a little bit later than that, because they only just showed us the renders for them. Usually they go a couple months before pre-orders after showing the renders. But anyway, the box is basically the same as all the other classified boxes we've seen up to this point. The figure goes in the tray, and as you can see, Scarlett's already out because she is my display Scarlett at the moment. There's the figure artwork on the side. Number 5. The codes, things that double for the file card these days. More artwork there. The top just has the number again and a little window in the top there so the light can shine down to the figure. Bottom just some more legalese, and on the back it's that same image that was on Destro and Duke's packages. So nothing different, same old box. The Scarlett figure herself. Let's see. Let's get rid of all the accessories here. I'll bring those back in later. Yeah, we'll leave the backpack on. It's not easy to get off. Okay. Doesn't come with the stand, by the way. The stand is something I bought separately. So here's the Scarlett figure. She's a little bit shorter than the average figure, which is in keeping with the fact that, women biologically tend to be shorter than men on average. So she has this loose overlay belt that moves around, and she has this quiver with arrows and 2 knife blades sticking out of it, and another knife sheath in the front that hangs on the side here, or hangs across her chest rather. That can be removed, but you'd have to remove her head in order to take it off. Pop the head off, lift her arm, there we go. Comes right off. And you can put it in either way, any direction if you want, honestly. If you rather have it turned the other way so that the arrows are... Actually, I think you need to... If you want to do it that way, I think you have to put it on this side. it over the shoulder. There you go. You could do it like that. I don't like the way that looks, to be honest. I'd rather have it so as the knives came out. I'd rather have it so that it's facing the arrows are, the crossbow bolts rather, are facing the other direction. Yeah. It's harder to get off this way because of the shoulder guard. It keeps catching the strap. Gotta force it over the neck peg first. Alright, let's put that back on. Get her head back on there. Alright. She also has these throwing stars on her left gauntlet, just like the original figure. They are not removable, obviously. They're just sculpted in there. It's a nice touch, though. The colors are kind of wonky. The whole first wave, like I've mentioned before, was derided for the design choices for the figures, and Scarlett was one of the ones that got the worst of it because she was so different from the original figure. I understand what they were trying to go with there. They didn't think that spandex or leotard or whatever she was wearing in the original figure was appropriate for the character, for a military special teams member, but they've since gone back to do exactly that now for the retro version that's coming soon. Articulation wise, Scarlett gets some pretty good look down pretty well there. You're not going to get too much look of her being able to look up because of the ponytail getting in the way. It is a soft ponytail though, so you can get some tilt there. Arms go all the way around. They don't hinge up very far. The earlier female bodies for the classified line, Scarlett was the first, I believe, didn't have good articulation, really. She's got the hinge and swivel at the elbow. No pin, but single jointed. Of course, both of her wrists are pegged. It's got an up-down hinge on the right wrist and a side-to-side hinge on the left wrist. I think she's got a diaphragm cut there rather than the ab crunch. So she gets a little bit forward. Pretty good back though. Some tilt. She's got some movement at the waist. And she can move there like that. Drop down hip, standard for all G.I. Joes. And that lets you get splits out like that. Scarlett actually splits worse, has worse splits than either Duke or Destro, which is weird considering she's supposed to be a martial artist, but she can't split as well as they can. As you can see, she has the thigh cut there. Her legs are pinned and they're double jointed. So she does get a little bit better articulation in the legs than she does in the arms. She's got a calf swivel. Foot can peg back that far forward. And got the tilt there. For accessories, she comes with her standard crossbow, which comes in 2 pieces, but it's easy enough to put together. Now she doesn't come with any separate bolts that you can put in there, like the Storm Shadow figure that you'll see in a future review. He has an extra arrow, that he can hold, or, you know, kind of trying to knock onto the bow. But Scarlett doesn't have that with the crossbow. No bolts. Now, the retro one is going to have 4, I believe, trick arrows that you can display her with. And you can either store them in the satchel, the quiver satchel she has at her side, or maybe put them in the crossbow itself. We don't really know yet because they've only shown us a digital render. They haven't shown us any in-hand pictures or like photography yet, so we have no idea exactly what the deal is going to be with those bolts. But this crossbow has no bolts that you can stick in it. She also comes with 3 knives. The 2 of them are smaller, or no, sorry, one of them is smaller. Now the small one fits in the sheath on her chest, and the 2 larger ones go into the sheath on her back. Now, the actual figure, the blades are all black. I painted these blades myself with a chrome marker to give them more of a metallic sheen. So I think that looks a lot better. And it's easy to do. You can easily do it yourself if you want, but just know that if you buy this figure, the blades are going to be all black plastic. And like I said, the knives plug into the body here. One goes up there, and the other 2, see there's an opening there. So the knives go in each side there. And put the crossbow in. It's actually easier to get the crossbow in her hand without the rest of it attached, and then attach the rest of it after you've put it together. And there's Scarlett, all ready to go. She's got to be home at 8 o'clock, though, to do her homework before school tomorrow. And that's it for the review for Scarlett. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And I'll see you next time.